So I heard Donald Trump say that he can end this war in one day. This war meaning the one between Ukraine and Russia. Do you know what he means by that? Because I do. And you know how I know? Because I paid attention when he was impeached the first time. Now, those of you who paid a little bit of attention thought that the reason Trump was holding back that money that Congress had voted for, that he had reluctantly signed, but he hadn't sent it, he was deliberately holding it back, was because he was trying to use that money to coerce Zelensky into going on national TV and saying they were investigating Biden for crimes. Well, that's probably true, because that's the kind of underhanded, slimy tactic that a Republican, and particularly Trump, would use. But that's not what was really going on. What really got everybody upset, particularly Vindman and all these people in the State Department, all these people that went and complained and ratted him out, what got them upset was he was deliberately holding that money back. And you know what that money was for, ladies and gents? No, I said, do you know what it was for? Yeah, that's when you're supposed to say either yes or no, and of course the answer is no, you don't, because you're like watching football, which, okay, I'm not going to digress. Watched a little football myself this weekend. Wish I hadn't. So, what they were upset about was that money. What was going on was that Russian tanks were being used by people living in these the western part of Russia, eastern part of Ukraine. They were using that to invade that part of Ukraine, to take that land for the people who were Russian speaking and identified themselves as Russian. In other words, Russia was using those people as proxies to use Russian tanks to take land away from Ukraine. The very land where Russian troops are sitting right this day. That money that the United States appropriated was money that was supposed to go to Ukraine so Ukraine could buy anti-tank weapons to defend themselves against the Russian invasion of the eastern part of Ukraine. That's why people were upset, because the United States, Congress, was wanting to go in and help Ukraine defend itself against Russian tanks, and Trump was fighting that every inch of the way. So those of you who scoff at the idea that Russia is trying to help Trump get elected, there's a reason for that. He was siding with Russia over Ukraine and doing everything he could to thwart the will of the American people, and that's why he was impeached. Don't forget that. It's extremely important. His impeachment wasn't just some action by the Democrats to try to put pressure on or attack a Republican for political reasons. This was a matter that was of great concern to the State Department, because Trump was deliberately undermining the policy of the United States to help Ukraine. He wanted to help Russia. And so how is he going to help Russia? How is he going to put an end to that war? Simple. He'll pull the plug on all funding and aid to Ukraine. That's what he'll do, and that'll be the end of it. Russia will take whatever they want to in Ukraine. We won't be there to stop them. All of our allies will not be able to do it by themselves, and that'll be the end of it. And so if you don't know what's going on in history, even recent history, you won't understand what's going on right now. You need to follow what goes on in these matters so you can make informed decisions about for whom you're going to vote. Vote for me. I'm not even running. That's ridiculous.